This video has been re-uploaded and mirrored for documentary and educational purposes to protect the community at large.
Honestly, this deserves criminal prosecution. It does. I will tell that to the judge. I will never back down from that claim. What Michael Thompson did deserves criminal prosecution immediately. He should be arrested immediately. Immediately. Like now. Michael Thompson should have been arrested before, and he should be in handcuffs and in jail. I believe that. I believe that is true. I pray that the judge will agree with me. I obviously cannot predict the future. My case needs to be reviewed before federal court, without a doubt. I hope, Your Honor, I'm live streaming this now, but I'm hoping that this video does serve to explain to you the case, provided that this is filed in court as evidence, which I will seek counsel to decide whether that's a good idea or not. But I believe everything I've said. I have a hard time seeing that what I'm saying is not the case. Should it be not the case, I ask the court to at least explain its reasoning in permitting Mr. Thompson to continue this type of conduct. And I would really appreciate, Your Honor, an explanation as to why he's not being referred to a criminal court. I appreciate the quickness with which you got back to me concerning the prior motion, the first motion that I set forth, and your response was very helpful, and I appreciate that. And I hope that we can continue a working relationship as such, and so that I, as the plaintiff, am clear on exactly where the court stands and exactly where you stand, Your Honor, and what you think. Basically, you know, it's important to me that I understand what you understand. So I will do my very best throughout this entire process to continue to illustrate the issues here, the civil, and I suppose we will focus on the civil. This is not the job of the current suit to decide anything criminally. I did indicate that I do believe it's criminal. There are criminal infractions, and that it should be referred to a criminal court. But that is beyond my jurisdiction, obviously, since I'm not a judge or I'm just a plaintiff in a civil case. So I understand that the objective here is civil, and I would urge you to consider that if I'm inclined to urge criminal charges, then to consider what that means in civil terms. It means that there was like a malicious effort to hurt me, Your Honor, and to prevent me from succeeding, prevent me from being believed, prevent me from being well. Mr. Thompson sought to make me unwell, either incidentally or as a reaction to Mr. Thompson. I became unwell, in large part due to Mr. Thompson's behavior. Mr. Thompson antagonized a months-long issue in which I had begged to end. I had begged to end. And Mr. Thompson has his reasoning, and I would ask, Your Honor, you to understand the difference between First Amendment and a civil infraction, and where the line is. I believe that if you look into any of my history, you'll find that I conducted myself within my First Amendment rights at least 99.9% of the time. If I ever fell out of those, it was accidental and most likely corrected. I've never sought to inflict harm in the way I'm trying to describe, I believe Mr. Thompson does. I have never done that. I have always abided the spirit of the First Amendment, the spirit of speaking out in our country. Mr. Thompson has used a lot of that to manipulate and gaslight, and I don't mean these in colloquial terms. I'm implying in saying that these are represented in the civil code, most certainly, and you most certainly will receive a reamended complaint with those code infractions, with the proper ones, other than the one that was already correct.
This video has been re-uploaded and mirrored for documentary and educational purposes to protect the community at large.